Yeah, as you're describing that, the first thing that came to my mind is the movie Inside Out.
Yes.
It's true.
And I remember how the whole movie. So they started out the movie, and it was just like, this is sadness. I don't really know what she does.
Yes.
Joy,
No, that's great.
Joy
Perfect.
hated sadness. Like, why is she here? I don't understand why she's here. And then she was at one point, she was even like, okay, she drew like a circle on the ground, and she's like, I have an important job for you. Stand in this circle and don't move. She was like, what? So, but then I remember, like, towards the end of the movie, there was this point where this imaginary, I think, imaginary elephant that the
Big
girl
Mom.
used to play with, and he was sad because she didn't care about him anymore. And then he was talking to Sadness, and he was just like talking and crying with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he finished crying, he's like, okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's finish this mission, whatever they were doing. And then Joy was looking at it like, what? She actually has a purpose?
Right.
And I found that to be like really deep, because it's like, there's a place for sadness sometimes. Just to be able to sit with somebody and listen to them and feel their pain. It's not even necessarily about giving them this tremendous advice. There's certain situations where you can't give them advice. They just have to go through it and feel it.
Right. Yeah. That's the scene you're talking about with Sadness and Bing Bong, when Bing Bong's
Yes.
crying and
Thank you.
Joy is trying to say, well, it's okay, we'll just keep going, and Joy's trying to make it, oh, look at this, look at me, I'm funny, okay, now you're fine, let's go. And then Sadness just kind of sits there and she's like, Sadness, don't make it worse.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing I thought about once you brought up Inside Out, because it's a perfect description of that. You need to be able to go through these emotions to get to that good place. And Joy herself finds that later when she's
No, I think it's a great example. Yeah, the core memory
where she's looking at this happy memory of Riley celebrating with her teammates, and then she's wiping away her own tears, and it's kind of doing that rewind of what happened before. It's her being sad in a tree with her parents.
Yeah.
But then the joy came when, after the emotion was done, her friends came to lift her up.
Yeah, sadness exists so that joy can exist. You know, like you can't have one without the other.
In my darkest hour, I couldn't see any light. But I never stopped believing that it was out there, believing that things could be different, believing that things could be better. Hope kept me going when all else failed. And I vowed that if I ever saw the other side of the light, I would now help others who are experiencing that same darkness to know that there is a better life.